Hi, I'm James Schillinglaw. I'm here with Robert Jan Woltering, who's the area general manager and general manager of the Fairmont Mayakoba here on the Riviera Maya. And many of you may know the Fairmont Mayakoba as the host of the International Luxury Travel Market for North America every September, and we're hoping to have it this September. So we're down here to take a look at the resort, what's going on with it, and we're going to find out about all that and more from Robert on Insider Travel Report. Now, Robert, first of all, it's great to be here. You know, I've been telling you, I've been coming here for almost 9-10 years now, ever since ILTM Americas started. Mm-hmm. And it's always been a great host place, but I never get a chance to really enjoy it. So I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you, James. I'm so happy that you came out here. And I think you're actually my very first live interview in the last year or so.
And we are live, no more Zoom, and that's great. So we're happy to be here. Now, let's talk about the big news. Let's talk about the history of this resort, first of all, because I've been here, but I don't know if I ever got it from the source about both the Fairmont Mayakoba and the Mayakoba Resort Complex in general.
It's an interesting, good question. Actually, Mayakoba, well, Fairmont Mayakobas and Mayakoba started 15 years ago. We actually celebrated our 15th birthday last Thursday. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Yes. Big party in the ballroom, everybody happy. Safe, of course, right?
Yeah.
All secure, but we loved it. So this was the very first hotel in Mayakoba, followed then by Banyan Tree, then Rosewood, then Andas, and the Golf, of course. So now we got these 4 hotels, we got all these rooms. We were probably the very first internationally branded hotel in the Riviera Maya. So we have a bit of history and a bit of leadway, and we have not only great history, we have great future, because things are about to change here.
Yeah, and that's the big story. It's one of the reasons we came down here, sort of give you a preview of what's going to happen here. They're still working on this, but you're doing a whole renovation program, and let's talk about that, what you've done so far and what's to come.
So far, we are in demolishment phase of our beach restaurant, Brisas. That's going to be probably one of the sexiest, most beautiful beach clubs in the Riviera Maya.
Okay.
Sounds promising. Well, trust me, it is.
We're going to hold you to that, of course. You know, when we come down here in September, it's going to have to be there.
Next interview will be on the rooftop bar there.
That's a date. There you go.
Absolutely, we do. You have morning sunrises. You got evening sunsets over the jungle. It's going to be amazing.
Okay.
But not only the beach club, of course. We're redoing our lobby, our Hish bar, and our El Puerto restaurant, which is going to be a beautiful American steak.
Which I ate at last night. It was wonderful, actually.
Great Italian food, but sorry, we're going to change it. It's going to be an all-American steakhouse.
Because I better go there again tonight if I want to have that. I mean, it was like, and then come back for the steakhouse, right?
Hey man, 85% of our customers are coming from North America, right. So we all love steak, right? So then after, we're also actually sort of in a similar path, doing about 165 of our rooms. Okay. Rooms and suites and casitas, and then next year we're going to do the rest of the rooms and the spa in La Laguna. So it's a full reno.
So it's only going to take about a year and a half, but I think a lot of it is going to be done by the time folks get down in September for ILTM Americas, right?
Absolutely. When we do ILTM, we do LTM. That's the only thing we focus on. There's no works going on. Nothing is moving. Just ILTM. Those face-to-face meetings. Absolutely. All those hosted buyers. These amazing hoteliers here. I am so proud to host it.
Well, it's going to be great. And I know it's really one of the first live events. Maybe a few others before that, but not too many before. Now, let's get down to exactly what you have now. And in terms of accommodations, I know you're going to have the renovated rooms, but what are the different categories and what do you have? Obviously, we got some in the background here. They're beautiful, overlooking these amazing inlets and lakes and everything else. It's amazing.
You wake up in the morning, you got a little turtle in front of your, terrace. I mean, that's pretty awesome. But we go from presidential suites, either on the beach or on your own private island, to beautiful rooftop suites. The beauty of Fairmont Mayakoba and Mayakoba as a whole, actually, is that it's all low build. Right. So it's so nicely spread out. Honestly, socially distancing is a natural thing here because you cannot be close to anybody else. The casitas are far away from each other. The beach is huge. the number of hectares here is amazing. So you feel it, right?
No, and the beach is amazing, and I unfortunately usually I don't get enough time on the beach when I'm down here for ILTM. So either I got to come down early or do what I'm doing now, which is hanging out with you now.
You need to go and have a look. We just added 3 beautiful pools on the beach with great decks, so that's a nice little add-on feature. So we're creating sort of like a little beach club whilst Brisas is closed, and that's working out nicely. So yeah, lots to do in the resort, in Fairmont, but also in Mayakoba as a whole.
Well, let's talk about that. What are the activities that we can do here? I know golf is very big, right? Yeah.
Golf is huge. I just came from the beach because I was touring our Van Dutch. It's the Van Dutch yacht that we have in Mayakoba as a whole with the 4 hotels. Amazing boat. You got to try this. It takes you out to El Cielo where you can do some snorkeling and diving. After that, I did a bit of motor scooter, really nice.
Wave runners or something like that?
Yeah, I love that, and it was nice and wavy, so that was good. I still have wet feet, actually, but my favorite pastime here absolutely is golf. And I think you're a golf player as well?
I play, but I said I'm a better golf. I take good golf instruction. Good golf classes, they say I look good, but I just don't have the time, as you know. But here, you live here, so you can go out on the course almost any time, right?
I wish I could, yeah. But we got a great school, Jim Beam. And but listen, this is a PGA golf course. We host the PGA Tour every year.
Right.
One of the two tours in Mexico. So we're very proud to host that, and golf is absolutely smashing it. Takes you all through the 4 resorts. It's just a beautiful pastime. But not only that, I mean, what I love and why am I so happy, and I literally, I did the 5 continents. Why do I love it here is the culture. There's so much culture. You can go to Chichen Itza, and I've lived in Egypt, so I recognize the pyramids, funnily enough, even here. The Mexican people, the big, these big corazon that they have, this is not a fairy tale. I feel it every day. It's beautiful. That's why I love it here. I love Mayakoba.
Yeah. Let's talk about the dining options. Obviously, you got a new steakhouse coming in, but talk about the other restaurants that you have now.
Well, our new beach club is going to feature an amazing seafood restaurant with all fresh fishes and really concentrating on fish alone. So we got fish there, we got steak in the steakhouse, or meats if you like. We got in La Laguna traditional Mexican food at a high level. Mm-hmm. And next to Laguna, El Cantina, which is a little bit more about sophisticated drinking with a bit of a little snack.
Is drinking sophisticated? I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. Try the tequila.
He's absolutely right. The different kinds of tequila are amazing in Mexico. Right? And I didn't realize that, being a Scotch drinker originally and then rediscovering I can do that down here for tequila and mezcal, right?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, the mezcal that's another whole thing. Yeah. It's very hip now, right? All my American friends, they're all talking to me about mezcal. I'm more of a tequila fan, but it is fantastic. Yeah,
so
you're right.
So it sounds like you got a lot of different options here, and you'll have more to come. I think tonight I'm dining here on La Laguna, which is also where you can do breakfast, lunch, and dinner right here.
Right.
That's
Yeah. We serve actually breakfast. We serve it all over the resort. Now we serve it on the beach.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
You got a sushi restaurant, a little sushi that I had yesterday for lunch, which was great, in the bar just off the lobby, right?
Absolutely. You overlook the mangrove there, and I mean, who doesn't love sushi, right?
Sushi has got. I assume you're keeping that, right?
We are. We moved it to Hicks Bar, and you know what? Hicks Bar was always a little bit more quiet since we moved our sushi there. We do 150 covers every night.
I saw a lot of people there, yes, sir. Great. Now I want to talk back to the renovations because I don't notice the renovations really until I turn the corner and there's a bulldozer or something. Then I realize, something's happening here, right?
Right. Well, it's all compartmented, so we try to really make sure that our guests don't even feel it or see it. Right. Of course, now in Brisas there's a little bit of noise, but everything is screened off, everything is beautiful, everything is harmonized. Right. And so because it's taking like a year and a half, it allows us to really do it face by face. And as it's so spread out, you don't even notice it.
No,
Did you notice any renovation?
Except from the time I turned a corner on my bike and there was a bulldozer waiting for me, and I just said, okay, I'll go the other way. So between me and a bulldozer, I don't think I'm going to win.
You took the wrong turn.
I took the wrong turn. And finally, I guess I got to ask you, these days, I assume your resort was closed for a bit, and I assume it opened like many last summer for March until whenever, July, right? Something like that.
I tell you, 2020 was a very rich year. It kept on giving. We did close.
Yeah.
We closed for COVID. I actually closed for the very first time in my career. I closed a hotel without refurbishing it twice, because not only did we get COVID, we got hit by a tropical storm and 2 hurricanes, and that was a bit too much as well. So we closed again, and very sad. It was my very first hurricane in my life. It's impressive, but thank God that's over and we're all back.
But also you had probably very low occupancy at that point anyway. But that's it. So it wasn't quite as devastating as it might have. Although, boy, I wish you probably wish you had been as devastated because you wanted those occupancies.
Well, the occupancy with COVID was a bit lower, so it was relatively easy to move everybody to a safe place, and that's what we did. So safety first, and we moved all our guests out, and they all came back after 2 days, and that's it.
And you're also doing engaging. I know the staff, everybody's cognizant of COVID protocols, and for those of you wondering, yes, we're not wearing masks now. We don't.
Got the jab.
We got the jab. That's absolutely so. The protocols are observed throughout the property, right?
Absolutely. We wear obligatory masks, our staff as well as our guests in public areas. Of course, if you're on the beach, be my guest, take it off. But we've tried to keep everybody safe here. So not only the mask, the hand washing, the rituals when you arrive. You saw that, right? When you checked in.
Yeah, they took my bag. We have to spray it. I said, no, I want my bag. No, you can't have it. You got to spray it. Okay, I get it. All right.
We spray the bags. We make sure you understand the hand wash protocol. We make sure everything is safe. I will not even go into the protocol for your room, how we clean that. It's very, very deep. And so we make sure everybody's
dining,
safe.
even this for breakfast today, we have screens across all of the famed buffets, and you can do it. It actually works very well.
The good thing is you don't have to wait in queue. You don't have to serve yourself, because we now serve you. So our chefs are behind the buffet. They take care of you and pass your plate through the screen. It works really well, I thought.
I thought so, and I had a nice breakfast this morning. I'm going to have a nice dinner tonight, La Laguna. Now, what makes Fairmont Mayakoba different from the other resorts in this complex, all of which are wonderful, no question about it, and I've stayed at 3 of the 4, although I think I've stayed with you the most, so that's over the 9 years, 10 years, whatever it's been. But what makes Fairmont Mayakoba different from all those resorts, as well as resorts in the Riviera Maya?
Well, within Mayakoba, we are the family hotel per definition.
Right.
That's absolutely it, and I think Fairmont as a brand is very linked to golf. So if you play golf, I would say come and stay here. But as a family, stay here. You'll love it. Right. We got all the facilities you need.
You got water parks, things like that.
The water parks. We got the kids clubs. We got the babysitters, the beaches, everything that you need. And plus, there are other families, which is nice for the kids. So they play together, and you don't have to be on top of them all day long, right?
Right.
So that's one big differentiator. I think within the Riviera Maya as such, we are, first of all, the most known hotel, I tend to say, with all my modesty. But that's just about age, right? Yeah. 15 years of presence. But maybe Fairmont as such, as a standalone, is not what makes the big differentiator. It's Mayakoba as a whole. Right. It's the fact that we got the 4 hotels. It's the fact that you got the golf. It's the fact we have Mayakoba activities with transportation, with site visits, with all the activities that we have. And I think the best feature we have is the dine around. When you stay in our hotels, you can sign in any restaurant. You just sign your check. And eat around. So you go to Mayakoba, to Rosewood, right, to Banyan Tree, to the Andas, to any of our 22 restaurants on site, and just enjoy.
No, it's great. And you did make a point. Is this, you are not, we're in a sea of the all-inclusive world here. Right. This is not, you can get programs that'll include food, but it's not an all-inclusive resort, right?
It's definitely not an all-inclusive hotel. We do cater for families where we do have some sort of an all-inclusive program, and when grandfather invites the sons and the daughters and the grandchildren and they come with 20 people, it's kind of nice to know how much money you will spend.
That's true.
But yes, our EP plan is our most important thing, and we love promoting the dine around option because I think it's really unique, and I love that you discover the other hotels here on site.
Well, in Mayakoba. Some great restaurants, and I know you can go Thai food at Banyan Tree. You can do some wonderful restaurants in Rosewood, and you're going to have even more restaurants here, which is going to be interesting.
Yeah. I think when we are finished, we'll have about 7 to 8 different food outlets. Maybe not all full-fledged restaurants,
Right.
but 7 to 8 different food options for every dinner,
Wow.
which is pretty unique.
That's gonna be-
And carritos driving around with, the special
I'm
of the
looking
day.
I'm looking forward to, yeah, right. So anything else you want to tell our 85,000 travel advisors, some of whom may be coming down here in September?
Shall I hold the mic?
You can do it.
I would love you to start traveling. First of all, I would love you to tell all your guests, your contacts, that we need to travel, we need to explore, we need to discover new countries, new environments, new cultures. Whether you come to Mayakoba, whether you come to Riviera Maya, Mexico, I always say the world is my oyster. So the first thing I would say is travel and enjoy this beautiful world we live on.
Well said.
All right.
And we'll be back. We'll be back here in September for ILTM Americas. But Robert, I want to thank you for hosting me at this. To give the first time, as I said, I can actually enjoy the resort, go to the beach. It's a little bit different. Have a nice dinners, and then of course it's back to work tomorrow. Because I think both you and I are heading off to the World Travel and Tourism Council up farther up the coast, and it's going to be literally the first live meeting in the travel industry, right?
It's very exciting that everybody's here in the Riviera Maya to do this, coming from all over the world. I think we have the Greek Minister of Tourism, we got the CEO.
We have Colombia, we have everyone coming. We have Matthew Upchurch from Virtuoso. We have Jeffrey Kent from Abercrombie and Kent. It's going to be interesting.
And both of us are there.
Of course, both of us. But so you'll probably see us there. So anyway, again, thank you so much. It's been great to see you, and great to hear all the things that are going on with those lovely, wonderful Fairmont Mayakoba.
Thank you, James. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
I'm James Schillinglaw, live this time from the Riviera Maya at the Fairmont Mayakoba, and this is Insider Travel Report.